chicken the corn, on the corn can't grow, mama. When chicken the corn, so the corn can't grow. When chicken the corn, so the corn can't, mama. When chicken the corn.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BOZO Squad Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, JA, and I am joined again by my two co-hosts, Sanka and Shark.
Riot?
Shark Riot. Shark Riot. He's walking.
He's gone.
He's walked off. Okay, now that we've got rid of the the bad cat. Oh, hey, buddy, you're back.
Oh, hey guys. Hey, how you going? It's me, Shark Riot, on my USB mic. How you going?
I could tell it sounded different. I didn't want to say it was a USB mic because it might be a Blue Yeti, which is actually it's almost as good as a proper mic, a Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
They say.
I've had.
I don't say it. They say it. I don't know who they are. But look, I know it's only been a few days since our first podcast, but I think we all decided that we want to record every Tuesday afternoon, then release every Tuesday night. So we wanted to get back on track. So it's a bit of a quick turnaround, but doesn't matter. There's plenty to discuss. How was everyone's 3 days, boys? Some good streams, I see.
Yeah. It was a fun weekend. Played a bit of an assortment of games actually, and it's been a good amount of time with my son offline. So it was a good weekend. Can't complain.
Yeah, same old for me. Just grinding streams out every day. See, not much else.
What's the go-to game at the moment? Is it still Fortnite for you, Sanka?
Honestly, I'd say Among Us right now. It's just more people play it. It's more. I get more enjoyment out of it at the moment. So probably Among Us right now.
And no one's on COD at the moment. I think there's a 57 gigabyte download at the moment. I think that must be the tunnel system, is it, for the new?
There's tunnel systems coming in, right? The subway, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And apparently for Halloween, there's a nighttime mode.
That was bound to happen. That was going to come.
That'd be cool,
long, right?
It'll
be fun.
Fortnite model.
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely keen to start playing a lot more COD. I just wish I could get it to work on my PC, so I didn't have to use the PlayStation. But
PlayStation.
It's noisy.
Wait, what PlayStation do you have?
I got the PS4 Pro. They do tend to run quite loud, especially once they've been on for a while and they get quite warm. Sound like a bit of a jet engine in the background. And when you're running a high quality USB mic, it tends to pick up a lot of background sound.
I have the original PlayStation 4 still.
Golly.
The very first one that came out. And it's
surprised it's still working.
Yeah, I know. Never missed a beat. Everyone's always been like, you want to buy a new one. It never failed.
I remember when Phantoms stopped working, and the piece of advice I gave him was just pick it up and throw it on the ground. And he did, and it started working again. Yeah.
No way.
He literally picked it up, dropped it on the ground from like 1.5 meters off the ground, and it started working again. It's perfect.
Have you guys ever cleaned your PlayStation?
I will. Yeah, I'll give the vents a bit of a vacuum or a wipe to get the dust out of them, and that definitely helps it run a little bit quieter for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Sanky, you had a pretty cool Fortnite stream last night, didn't you? Playing with a couple of legends.
Yeah, I actually played with Darren Minchkin, who plays for Hawthorn Football Club, and I played with a friend of his, Northie, and we just played some arena trios. So it was good time.
Yeah,
he's a really awesome dude. Like,
is Arena the field or not?
Arena is it's almost like a competitive. It's kind of like bridging the gap between like casual and competitive, but not quite to the crazy competitive level, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, okay. So it's like you have to have a certain amount of games or something to play in it?
Nah, so you can play it right off the rip of the new season, but to be able to compete in tournaments, you have to hit like a certain ranking in the ranked mode, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I think we had some questions from you boys. Got some questions from your streams, and when looking at the questions, it became a very stream-orientated podcast, and that's good for me because I don't do streams, so I can just sit back and listen. But some very interesting questions, and I think the first one, which I reckon, Sharky, you're going to have to take the lead on, is how the BOZO squad came about, and who's involved in it, and what are some highlights that we've had as a I guess a group. What would you call us? A boy band?
Yes, boy band. The best boy band. Like I'm telling you, Backstreet is back.
I mean,
Alright.
after seeing Sharky on Twitch sings,
Hey,
we can definitely rock with the
we
Backstreet
go.
Boys.
That's right. That's how we roll.
I like to make him hydrate while he's singing.
Yes, get well hydrated. Just drown. So the Bozo Squad, we did. I think we loosely touched on this in the short intro podcast, but it kind of evolved. So quite a few years ago now, myself and Phantom were spending many hours playing Call of Duty, hanging out on Beach Bog on Modern Warfare Remastered. Not just Beach Bog, but Modern Warfare Remastered. And we were playing a limited time mode. I think it was a slasher mode, like a Mike Myers kind of mode. And you could sort of jump higher than you normally could on standard maps. And there was one map we were running around. There was us two and one person left, and we realized he was on the roof. I'm like, well, how do you get up there? So we went to the room, and you could see he was kind of like running backwards and forth, trying to like show us the way to jump up there. And Phantom's like, hang on, I'm going to game chat and talk to this guy. And he jumped in and he showed us, helped us get up there, and then we all added each other. That man was our very good friend Caleb. So we had Phantom, Caleb, and myself. We started playing a lot of Call of Duty together. It was a lot of fun. And then just one day along the way, we're like, oh, we'll just, chuck in the same clan tag. And at that point in time, we'd kind of just been calling each other bozos all the time. Like someone who'd have shown me like, oh, you're a bozo, whatever it might be. And then that name just kind of stuck. So from there on, it kind of started as like a COD clan tag and evolved into something a bit more. So before long, we'd sort of built a bit of a community just full of people with similar mindsets and attitudes towards gaming. And that's where the Bozo Squad really came to life. We created the Discord, started getting, inviting people in, a safe space, safe environment for anybody and everybody to come and hang out, talk about games, find someone to play games with. But it's all about having that, that positive attitude and a nice, safe environment for all walks of the earth.
Pretty cool. It's a really cool community, and if you want to join it, it's a welcome to anyone. It's on Facebook. There's a Discord server. I'll put all the links in the description for the podcast. So if you head to the description down below, you'll be able to see it there. But yeah, I'm only pretty new to it. I've only really been playing with you, Sharky. For pretty much lockdown started it all.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
We played football. We've known each other for a while, but yeah, not for
played football against each other. Yeah.
I did together because I didn't want to bring up that part.
Oh no!
You play now. That's all that matters. Is you played
for the wrong green. You reckon?
Mm-hmm.
I think we started playing pretty much when Warzone popped up, right?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. It's good. It's been a really good group of guys. We had a few nights, on a Friday night, we'll all have a few beers and jump on and play multiplayer together and just.
Well, that's it. It's sort of at the stage now where it's not just 3 or 4 guys and you got a full squad for Warzone. You go, all right, well, we've got 6 people. What do we do? So you might even be split into 2 Warzone teams, or you go, heck, we'll just play multiplayer and jump into a lobby together and just wreak some havoc and eshay, brah.
Eshay, bro. It's good fun. I'll have to play some games with you at some point, Sanka.
Dude,
maybe Among Us.
I feel like we should between the 3 of us here, we should 100% get a night going on stream. I think it'd be a good time
for sure.
Some Warzone. I'm pretty bad at Warzone, so I could really make you guys look real good.
I'll join you there. Last time me and Shark played, I remember screaming very, very loud.
Yes.
It's one of those games, isn't it? Some nights. It's not there some nights.
The campers, they get me. The campers get me.
Now that the Origin shotgun seems to just be buffed through the roof, and it just rails you when you walk into a room and there's 4 of them guarding the door, just looking at the door with Origins, and you die in 2 seconds. Yeah. It's not even 0.2 of a second.
Hey,
the main game I play is Escape from Tarkov, which is... We will talk about it at some point. I don't want to go too in depth on it because a lot of people don't know about it. But if you haven't heard of it, have a look into it. I guess it's classed as a hardcore Mil Sim is what it's called, military simulator. It's not a simulator. It's a game. It's very enjoyable, but it's got a very good blend of realism and fun. And I play with Shark a bit. We play that a bit.
That's true. It's very realistic without being
stupid.
Stupid.
You can still muck around with it if you want. You don't have to be full serious, but it's best played. It's a game you can play. You can go into a map solo or up to 5 people. So when you play with 5 guys, you have to be pretty serious because there's no mini map. There's no like little names above the guy's heads. You have to remember what your teammates are wearing. You got to remember where they are, and it's very punishing. Dying is not a matter of just hitting the restart button. It's a matter of losing everything you've got on you, and there's in-game money. I do want to do something for Tarkov at some point, but I wouldn't mind trying to bring on someone who has played a lot more than me, or a streamer that plays it a lot. I think that's a good way to launch into. We had one of the questions. I'm going to be out of order from the rundown, guys. One of the questions was, what games don't work on stream, and Tarkov's one of those really tough games. I think if you do it as a full-time game, it's all you play, you can build a good community. But a lot of people who play Fortnite, COD, that sort of stuff, they try and play it every now and again, and their streams just drop off because it's not a super fast-paced game. I know, Shark, you played it.
I would agree with that. I think I do love Escape from Tarkov. It's a great game, but I think as far as streaming goes, I mean, I think if your community is built around Escape from Tarkov, you'll do just fine. But if you're a bit of a in inverted commas, a variety streamer, and you play a bunch of different games, it's probably not going to be the biggest draw card for you. It can be. Yep. At most times, very slow, and you'll also spend a lot of time in the menu and not actually in a game. It's a very research heavy game. You need to know your stuff and know what you're doing, and to the point of
it's really hard to play casually. Like you can't just once a week even. It's hard if you want to jump on once a week. Like it's something you got to really, unless you know the game well already, then you can jump on whenever you want. But learning it. And a lot of mates I've got the game and then started playing and gone, I don't think I can commit the time to learn this game to make.
That's very much it. And I think if your community was or your stream was sort of based around Escape from Tarkov, and people were sort of, if people were coming in and following your journey through it, they'd probably be a lot more into it and would enjoy it a lot more. But I don't think it's a game you can just load up for a couple of hours and be like, we're going to play some Tarkov. Stream it for 2-3 hours, and you're probably in game for an hour. Yeah. And of that, there's probably 10 minutes of action. There can be a lot of action in the game, and it can be very exciting, but you also spend a lot of time hiding in bushes and creeping around corners and very slowly walking upstairs. And it definitely wouldn't be the entertaining thing to watch. So, I guess as far as games that you don't particularly enjoy playing on stream, that would be right up there. It's a game I love, but it's not great for playing on stream. That's for certain.
Have you got any Sanka that you've tried to stream or streamed? Either you didn't enjoy streaming it or.
Yeah, so I before I started streaming, I played a lot of sports titles, and particularly NBA 2K. And being that a lot of the games I do stream are FPS games, I find my community doesn't particularly like NBA 2K. And I find it really hard to stream and interact with my chat as well while playing. It's hard to pick the moments. So I'd say for me personally, NBA 2K is one of those games, but I do know it does really well stream wise. So I haven't really come across a game yet, but it sounds like Tarkov's might be one of those titles.
I know we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about, maybe Among Us isn't the title for streaming, but I think we've also then very quickly worked out if you're rocking the right group and the right mindset as well. No, it's a very fun game to play on stream.
100%. I enjoy watching it on stream. I watch a lot of streamers, and Among Us, it's fun.
That's an interesting side of it as well, because you sort of sit there and you think, how much content are we getting out of this? Like, does someone really want to be sitting here for 5 hours watching people running around doing tasks and getting stabbed? But everyone's loving it, and people love, obviously, the banter in between rounds and that sort of thing. And I myself, I enjoy just sitting back and watching other people playing it as well. It's I don't know what it is about it. It's a very addictive game to play.
It's a community grower too. Like if you get 10
100%.
streamers, like I hopped on the other day and to Twitch, and Ninja was playing with Dr. Lupo,
some big names,
the Tatman, like Nick Merckx. There was 10 of them. They were all plus 20,000 viewer streamers, all playing together.
Yeah,
and there would have been 500,000 people watching Among Us at that one point, and just hearing them, like Ninja was being a bit of a dick, and Nick Merckx was being his usual, he was winding them all up, and Tim the Tatman was yelling at everyone, and just seeing them all, you don't get that interaction. You might get 4 of them at one point playing COD or Fortnite or something like that, but rarely do you get 10 people, and then the situation it puts them in, where really Among Us is about manipulating and tricking. It's about lying. Like it is a game.
Exactly. Lying. Yeah.
And using trust against each other. And then like, how many times have you been the imposter and you've killed that guy first, and then they almost give themselves up because they want to come and get you first, and you're like, we know who you are. You're like, I don't care. I just wanted to kill you. Like
exactly.
I think it's a very community growing game. Like I know you two play together, and you've played with some other streamers as well, and I've tuned into that a lot, and it's interesting to hear. And you get a bit more personality. I think it's a game that can reveal a bit of character.
I think the only problem I've had streaming Among Us is a lot of people do like watching Among Us. It's a hard game to sometimes, as a viewer, interact with, because you don't want to be telling the streamer, it's this person, it's that person. Like it kind of ruins it for the streamer. So I think it's a hard game to interact with as a viewer, but it's great to watch.
Definitely. And there's a fine line between sort of having the community interaction and having them sort of like, you kind of want them to share their opinions, but you also don't want to just be told, it's this person. Like, So I'll try to, if I get any of that, I'll try and have a bit of a conversation. Like, why is it you think that? Like, I haven't seen them acting sus. What did you see on my screen? I guess as long as people aren't, just stream sniping and go around and be like, it's Sanka's name's red. Don't stop it.
That's why it's probably hard to play with streamers too, like people in your stream as well. I know some people try and get like people in from the community. That must be difficult because, like, naturally, it's very difficult to not look at it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Another good question we had was, how do we all feel about pay-to-win style games? So, a game where you literally either have to grind and grind and grind for one coin that barely gets you anything, or you can spend $5 and get 500 of those coins. And it's a real, like, a lot of those games. I think this really feels like a mobile gaming question to me. I hate those games. I absolutely cannot stand them. Some games get it right. There's a good blend, but I grew up in an age where you didn't have pay to win. Even COD, to a point, you can pay to like make yourself look better and stuff like that, but not really. It doesn't really make you win. It doesn't make you better.
So was COD ever pay to win? Wasn't there like a loot crate system?
There was a loot crate system, but again, it was all just. I guess it could give you like double.
I think it was still purely aesthetics, though, wasn't it?
Well, here's the thing: you can do in COD, right? You can buy you can buy levels now. So you don't have to level yourself up. You can just start at level 1, go and spend $200 and get to level 155 like that, and get all the perks that come with it, which I don't think helps that much.
I think in recent history, there's been a lot of pushback on games with microtransactions.
100%.
Like, what was it? Was it StarCraft or something not long ago?
No, Battlefield did it terribly.
Battlefield,
I think
the
second Battlefield.
It was literally just. And it like those games where you can literally just pay to be miles better than everybody else. Get rid of it. It's dumb. I don't hate games with microtransactions in the sense of where it doesn't actually improve the game for you. It literally will just it's purely aesthetic. So Fortnite skins, COD skins, and packs. No problems there. No problems. If you want to spend a couple of bucks, I spent a couple of bucks on Among Us to get a pet, like to have a little mini me walking around next to me. I think it's cool. Things like that, not a problem. But when you're playing a game and you have a bit of pride in your gaming ability, and you want to actually work and get better at the game, and then someone just destroys you because they've spent $20 extra on it. It ruins the fun. It ruins the fun. That's for me, that's not the way gaming should have ever gone and should not ever go again. But I think it's very much being kind of weeded out of most games now, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, there's literally nothing worse than playing a game and getting beaten by someone that spent like crazy money on. So a game I play, 2K, there's a game mode called My Team. I think you guys possibly play Madden, but people spend $200 for one pack and they might get one good card out of that pack, but it makes a huge difference. And then you go online and you play them and that card is unstoppable. It's just,
so
are
those
cards, money, you'll lose.
Yeah, right. So are those cards particular players that are miles better, or are they like, do they add to your existing stats, or?
Yeah, so it'll be a player card.
Speed or shooting or something. Yeah, right.
It'll be a play card, but as of late, like last NBA 2K game they released, it just got to the most ridiculous point where players in the NBA that might have seen maybe 10 minutes of playtime were getting the best cards in the game. Like, there's a guy named Bol that I think he might have played 10 minutes throughout the season, but because he's a 7'2" center and he can dribble, they gave him a 99 overall card. And so you go up against them online and it's unbeatable. Like, you can't do anything about it. It's just, they break the game.
They can literally just walk through a crowd of people and just place the ball in the
literally,
ring.
Imagine. It's
Madden, like the NBA also has I played a bit of NBA, and it also has the, you do the My Player and you go play in the yard or whatever. I remember I did the storyline, which was whatever. It was fine. I didn't love it, but it was
not
fun
much you can do.
And then I played like a full first season, and I was a center, and I ended up being like 70 overall playing the whole season. So I went up. You started like 55 or something. So I went up heaps, and I played pretty much every game, because if you don't play the game, you don't get the money to make yourself better. You don't get your salary to build yourself up.
Yeah.
I built myself up to 70. And I was like, I'll go play in the yard. Like, surely there's not that many. I went in. You go into a game, and it's just all 490. Like, play 5-on-5. There's 999 overall guys, and you're like, how? This game came out 4 days ago. Yeah. And because you can literally just go in and buy the money, buy the cash, and then upgrade your player. Now, I ended up spending $10 and getting enough, and it got me to like 80, like low 80s overall. And that meant I could compete. But then I was just kind of like, well, what's the point? Now I'm bored. Like, I'm bored of this. I was enjoying grinding my character, but now I can't make any more money. All I can do is play CPU, which gets boring, or play games with guys that just kick my ass and try and you just can't compete against. It's just I don't like that.
It's like
I guess those I guess those sport games kind of slipped my mind. Yeah, I guess it's still very prominent in a lot of those sport games, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's crazy to see that the money they made.
I think it's similar in Madden. It's
Madden's. I know Jose, if he's listening in, he spent a crazy amount on Madden packs. Like, I think he said 8K or something he spent on Madden packs, which is unbelievable. Like,
Jose, we know you're crazy, but mate,
holy.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I'd prefer to. Same in Madden Ultimate Team. You got to do like 1 million challenges to get the better cards and make your team better, or you can pay $500 and your team's awesome, and then the challenges are boring because they're so easy because your team's so good. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't I guess we're all agreeing that it's not a great way to play the game.
I think everyone will be happier without it.
Yeah. Next question we had was, talk about what it's like as a streamer, what goes on behind the scenes, the prep work, all that sort of thing. Like, okay, Sanka, I'll throw this one at you to start with. Yep. What goes in for you setting up your stream? Do you just turn on your pretty blue light behind you and get stuck in?
Yeah. So usually I just get out of bed behind me and jump on the chair, go live, and I get all these views. It's pretty cool.
What program do you use to stream?
So yeah, I use Streamlabs to stream with, but yeah, behind the scenes it's a lot of prep work. Don't see a lot of the work that goes in, and sometimes you're not rewarded for a lot of the work that goes into streaming, but it's part of the process is, like being very I guess very hardworking and just sticking to your guns and just keep grinding. It's definitely a tough industry. Like you're not gonna make it through it unless you're pretty pretty set on that's what you want to do as a job or at least a passion.
Yeah, fair enough. And what, Shark, do you use Streamlabs too, or what do you use?
Yes. Yep. Sure do. Streamlabs OBS.
Yep. It's
I just find it to be the easiest in terms of layout and the tools available to you in there. Yeah.
And what about cameras and that sort of thing? Like I'm just using a Logitech, the one that everyone uses.
C920.
Yeah. Is that what you guys tend to use?
That's what I use.
That was the go-to when I first started, but we upgraded to a DSLR, so it's a Sony A5100 there. It's not too big a price jump. I think right now, like if you try and pick up a C920, you might be paying like $150, and I believe this is maybe $400, $420-ish. So it's not too big a price jump right now, but I think it's well worth the money.
And can you plug that straight in, or do you need one of the capture cards for that?
Yeah, so on top of it, you'll need Elgato Cam Link, or at least a capture card, but Cam Link's the most price effective. And then you also need what's called like a dummy battery. So it's almost like just plugging in a cord into your camera, and it'll just keep it running the whole time rather than shutting down after 3-4 hours.
Right. Okay. So this is the stuff that, because I don't do that. Obviously I don't stream, so I don't know how that's all works. And then what do you set up? Like the big thing is, what's the thing with all the light up buttons that you push, and you can set them all.
Stream Deck.
Stream Deck. Do you guys use Stream Deck? Look,
they're kind of one of them things. It's like you definitely don't need one, but once you have one, you can't imagine not using one. It just makes life a lot easier, from switching scenes on your stream to, you might want to run an ad, you might want to clip something, you might want to play a sound. They're awesome. They're well worth it as well.
Yeah, okay. So
I think our friend Duke of Flukes has the art of the Stream Deck down.
Oh yeah, yep, he does.
And then what about, so when it comes to like promoting, this is the question I've always had, because obviously the big thing is, and especially if you want to make streaming your career and your job, you need to make money, and that comes, I guess, the big thing these days is social media promotion and how you grow and stuff through that. Are you guys like daily Instagram channels? Do you do like a workout in the morning and film yourself to try and get the chicks involved? Like how do you promote yourselves on social media?
So I actually post clips to MySpace, and
I don't do any of that. I just go into other people's streams and say follow for follow.
Oh no.
No. So I should just start streaming and just go into everyone's stream and say follow for follow.
Yep. Yeah, also ask them to donate to your stream too.
Yes. Yep.
But
if I just raid,
stream right now and raid me, please. Yeah.
Actually, I don't raiding, like when you raid someone or
pause. Everybody, if you are an aspiring streamer and you're listening or watching now,
don't do this.
Ignore the last 30 seconds of what we just said. Do not do follow.
No, do it. Follow for follow. Way to do it. I'm going to go start a stream. I'm actually setting up my stream right now using Streamlabs, because in the top right-hand corner, sponsored. Hit us up, Streamlabs. 2 of the 3 use you, and if you want the 3rd to sign up, it's I'll go to StreamYard. I don't care. I'll do it. It's funny that I'm saying that while recording on StreamYard. But anyway, what was my question? I can't remember.
So I guess, when it comes to promoting your stream, it definitely comes down to clips. Clips are huge right now. So if you're going to stream 4 or so hours, you want to try and get at least 2-3 clips like in that stream. And usually I'd be posting either 1 to 3 TikToks, an Instagram clip. I try and get maybe 3 tweets out a day if I can, and then a YouTube post weekly. And it just helps people stay engaged. And when you do go live, then they'll want to be coming in. So it definitely helps promoting your stream on other platforms.
And green screen or no green screen for you guys? I know you don't have it on at the moment. I know, Grant, I've seen you with the green. Sorry, Shark, I've seen you with a green screen before.
Yes, yep. I definitely use a green screen. That originated from where I was streaming in my previous location. I had a very small, cramped space with a incredibly unattractive background. So I used the green screen to try and make the stream look a little bit neater and more professional. I am still using the green screen for most streams. I think that'll probably change in the near future once we sort of deck out this area, make it look a little bit nicer, get some funky blue and purple lights in the background.
The mood lighting.
Sanka's room looks like an awesome acid trip. That's what it looks like. It's like somewhere you want to be, you know.
What did you say? Pink and blue, Shark? Wait.
Oh,
I said purple and blue. Isn't that your go-to?
Oh, purple. Oh, wait. Can I even make this purple?
Are you changing that with your stream deck? Is that what you're doing?
No, with the mobile. I actually like the pink and blue.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah,
it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Fun fact for everybody listening who can't actually see Sanka's lighting on the YouTube video. He's currently sitting in a beautiful pink room, and I can confirm that he sleeps with those lights on.
Oh, I do.
Is that actually, Sanka, here's a question I've got for you in your stream. Is that actually your bed where you sleep?
It is for now. Yeah. So I had to move place pretty much just during the latest lockdown. So my brother gave up his bed. So I've got a little tiny bed in the corner there. It's a beast. It does the job. But
blue metal frame.
Yeah. I can't wait to move out and get a bigger bed. But yeah, he's a legend for giving up his bed, and he gave up the whole room to me as well, which is freaking awesome.
What are brothers for, hey? What are brothers for?
Yeah.
We've got two of them that are useless, so you should be glad you got one that's all right. The next question we had, and this is unfortunately for you, Shark, you can't answer this question, but it's for Sanka, what it's like to stream full time. Like, it's your full time job. Let's start with how did you make that jump from doing it part time and working to streaming full time? Like, when did you make that jump?
Yeah, so pretty much I started with a part-time job which funded upgrades to stream, and over time my stream started growing, and then obviously the money and the revenue went up at the same time. So I decided to take the job once the revenue I made from streaming was like higher than my part-time job wage, and to the point where if I worked like a shift, I was losing money, if that makes sense at all.
Yep.
So yeah, once I had enough revenue to be able to support at least myself, I took the jump, and from there we just stuck with it and worked really, really hard to keep my job as a full-time streamer, I guess.
Does it stress you out, especially with like the mixer closing down? Do you feel pressure for that sort of thing?
100%. So what I would recommend if I had my time again, I wouldn't have jumped into it so early. Honestly, at this point, I'd still love to keep maybe like a job on the side just for financial reasons, just to keep it like streaming, not as, I got to hit this milestone, I got to hit this amount of subs, because I don't like running streams as like a charity. I mean, that's almost what they're run as is, hey, if you like my content, then like I'm gonna need you guys to support in order for me to keep doing this full time. So I would love to be able to not have to deal with that and just stream for fun. But it's an amazing job, but yeah, it's just something you deal with day in, day out, I guess. Just the financial stress at the moment with Mixer shutting down.
Yeah, I guess you just got to build yourself up slowly. I guess, Shark, the question I've got for you is that obviously as a streamer, is that your goal in the future, or are you happy to just see as it comes? Do you have like a plan to then eventually go full time, or different plans?
Absolutely. I mean, I've always had a keen interest in entertaining. So ideally, I would love to, whether it's through streaming or if streaming opened up doors to other areas, whether it be acting,
Podcast,
radio, voice casts, voiceovers, whatever it might be, like voice acting, anything like that, then I'm absolutely open to it. So I'm not sort of putting all eggs in one basket going, no. I will 100% be a full-time streamer. I would love to. Absolutely. Do not get me wrong. That's kind of, I mean, it's sort of the dream job, right? I love every
100%.
aspect, literally every aspect of it. But I'm not sitting here saying it's full-time streamer or bust. But if it can open up any kind of opportunity, then that's sort of that's kind of what I'm rolling with right now.
Yeah, I also think
not to mention my 5-year-old son thinks it's totally cool that that his dad a YouTuber in his eyes because he has a green screen.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Like, yeah, I can imagine thinking my dad's really cool. Playing games on the TV, like bringing him up and get to watch the whole stream, see all these people loving him in chat as well. I think that'd be really cool.
My kids, I've got 2 little girls, and people can probably see behind. I think I've mentioned it. I do NFL sport podcasts as well. That's how I got into this. And in the car, they always yell out, "Oh, put you on," and you kind of feel good. It's a good lie. It's like
cool, yeah.
I'm a cool dad. Like I know all the dance moves to High School Musical. I'm pretty cool.
Hey,
yeah. I'm like,
we're going to.
Just wait. We're going to be like, oh, that's cool. No, I won't dance in front of anyone. No.
It doesn't have to be in front of anyone. We can just record a video and we'll upload it to the BOZO Squad YouTube channel.
I will
Maybe Sharky and JA can do a Twitch things of Breaking Free.
Hey, there you go.
If you played Breaking Free right now, I'd have to sing it. Like it is the Breaking Free is. I don't want to get too off track here, but Breaking Free is the best Disney movie song in the history of songs
ever. It beats any Moana song, any Frozen song.
Man. It is like young Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron. Like, are you kidding me? It was dynamite.
There's no competition.
No, when they blow that, when he wins the basketball championship and then sprints to the, like, what do they call it over in America? The concert hall,
theater,
the theater, and jumps up on stage and just hammers it out. It's like, yeah,
so inspirational, man.
That's the moment.
So, Sanka, have you found, since going full time or when you were transitioning to going full time, did you find that you had to, or did you opt to start to approach it differently, or did you try to do everything in your power to keep everything consistent with how you were before switching?
So the only thing I'd say I changed necessarily is the stream time. So I used to do maybe a 4-hour stream every day. And then once we pushed to full time, we bumped it up to about 8. So realistically, like, content shouldn't really change because that's what your viewers are there for. Just gotta, hope the viewership does like your content for 8 hours, if that makes sense.
That's it, absolutely. So then once you did go full time and you stopped working, did you find that was when your, I guess, sort of offline presence really started to grow more so because you were investing more time and effort into things like your YouTube videos and clips and posts on different platforms? Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. What I would recommend if you aren't necessarily able to do all that for yourself is, instead of investing, like, if you already have like a stream, like, perfect example is yourself, Shark. If you already have like a fairly solid stream setup, other, like, upgrades wise, I would spend all my money on getting people possibly to edit videos or just do all that hard work for you, where you just have to literally go live and stream if you can, like, put money aside to that, and that will help your growth over time, rather than upgrading a mic or upgrading a PC. I'd probably put it towards people making good content outside your stream to bring people in.
That's what you need these days. Because I mean, like, I don't know what streaming was like. I don't even know when streaming really became popular. I think it was probably like 3 years ago for me that I discovered. I thought, I'm going to watch some guy play Fortnite. And funnily enough,
it just kind of happened as well. Like,
it's like
one day we just went, streaming's kind of a big thing now, huh?
Yeah. And I think Ninja was the guy that broke it out. Like, he was the first guy that everyone knew. And I think he was the right person for that. He did a very good job with that. But I remember, like, the first person I watched streaming was Nick Merckx. He had 52 people watching him live. He now averages probably 30,000 live people.
Yeah,
which is massive. That's what I mean. I remember watching him when he was little in his in his mum's basement with a crappy little webcam, and now you see his house and his room with his
Dude, that stream setup.
Oh, it's awesome. And you think back, I subbed to him for a year, and you think like, oh, that was cool, like being a part of someone's community like that. And I think that's the streaming. It's become such. And my point being is now, if you just went and started a stream, right, and you stream 10 hours a day every single day and committed to it, I don't think you're going to grow that much. I don't think that's what grows you, because it's such a saturated market. You need to have other channels that get people into your stream. TikTok's the big one at the moment. Obviously, all your other social medias. YouTube is huge if you can build a YouTube following by creating smaller video content and then getting people to then come to your stream because they liked your video. That's sort of the thing now. And that's where as your point is, that's the hard thing to create, because I've done a few videos where you cut up a few videos and I don't even do them in depth. They take forever.
They do. And it almost gets to the point where you have a vision for what you want that YouTube video to be, and you just don't have the skill set to be able to, make that happen, like in terms of the editing side. Like the content side you've got, but editing is a whole different story.
I find most of the time when I'm editing a video, I spend more of that time Googling how to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to do this effect, how to make this video edit do this. Luckily for me, all that information is available. And I guess also if you have a particular direction and style that you want your videos and content to come out looking like, then you need that solid vision and you need to know how to bring that to life.
100%.
It's something that I need to spend more time in investing in. And as you guys were sort of touching base on, like, honestly, I probably should stream for less hours in a day and invest more time in doing that sort of thing. I'm kind of just addicted to being on cam and streaming's so like such a rewarding thing, and it's so what's the word I'm looking for? So addictive, because everything that happens on stream is almost instant feedback, and people are in your chat because they want to be there, they want to support you. So no matter what, they're always going to be giving you like love and awesome feedback. So it's just such a rewarding spot to be. But at 100%. The same time, it's like if I spent maybe 2 less hours streaming and them 2 hours creating content for outside my stream, maybe I'll have more of them people in chat. It's kind of it's a hard predicament to be in, where it's kind of at the point where if you can afford to get someone else to do all the outside stuff, I think you'll be a happier person, I guess, and be doing a lot more of what you want to do. It's a very valid point, and something that a lot of people probably don't think of as well. If you are a young creator or a young streamer, you probably think, once I get massive, then I can afford to pay someone to do this for me. Then I can spend more time streaming. But in actual fact, as you said, it probably is one of those things that's probably worth looking at as an investment over equipment, provided you have a half decent setup already. It's a very good point you make. Very good point.
Yeah.
Sanka, would you like to start creating my videos for me?
Dude, I would love to, but I have 0 time on my hands at this point.
But if you just stream like 2 hours less a day, you'll be able to do it.
You can make mine do in that time. That'd be great, actually.
Like if you just want me to like cut and paste, I could do that. But I want to say
doing stuff like Sanka, day in the life of Sanka. That's what I want.
Dude, I've been wanting to vlog. This whole like lockdown has killed me. I've been wanting to get outside and vlog a little bit, because I think it'd be nice for the community to see you outside of just sitting here and gaming, which is honestly part of the reason I was really excited for the podcast, was getting away from sitting in front of a game and worrying about focusing on the game. Then chat's there as well. It's a good spot for me to, I guess, reach out to more than just my community.
Just more content.
Yeah,
content. I think that was it, Shark. We didn't have any other questions, but that was all from your stream the other night, Shark. You asked that question.
Awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
So most
of the questions came from Harris and our good friend Lord of the Spuds.
Hey, nice.
Is
That's
anyone playing any new games at the moment? Anything new? Obviously, the new COD's going to come out tonight, so we can talk about that next week. But any new games? Nothing really.
In the next couple of days,
I saw Mafia that had like the old Mafia games have a definitive edition, which is like
Yeah.
the cool thing to do now. is to
Looking
release
awesome.
a definitive edition.
Mm.
I never played that game, but I heard it was incredible. It's like a
Yep.
an underworld GTA sort of style game, open world, third person shooter, which looks pretty cool, very story based. So there's something I'd be interested to check out. I'm playing. Have anyone ever heard of Command and Conquer?
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
dude, we gotta hook you up with Duke of Flukes.
Have you love that. That was the first. So I used to call them skirmish games. I don't know what they're actually called, strategy games, I guess, but I used to call them skirmish games because I played Red Alert. In Red Alert, there was a game mode called Skirmish where it was just like basic PV computer, person v computer mode where you started with nothing, you farmed your stuff, and you went and tried to kill everyone. But that's why I used to call those games skirmish games for years because of Red Alert, and they did a remastered version. I haven't been able to stop playing it. It is just I finished the campaign. There's another campaign to go. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. But I didn't know anyone who plays. Do you know someone else who plays it?
So Duke of Flukes, a buddy of both mine and Shark. You might have met him through like me and Shark playing with him on maybe
I've
Fortnite.
seen him playing with you guys, yeah.
Yeah, so I was actually talking to him recently. He just purchased Command and Conquer. Was that what it was called? Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, he was really excited to play it. So he might even be streaming it soon. He also has been streaming Mafia, and it looks amazing. He looks like he's loving it. Looks like a really good game.
What about definitive editions? Like people
I think they're
remaking
cool. It's good nostalgia, I think. Definitely have like a market too.
I think
it's good.
the gaming world is one world where it's a good move. Movies and TV shows, it's not always a great move, but in the gaming world, I think it is because you play video games for experiences and moments, and to get the nostalgia to sort of re-experience or experience very similar. It's kind of priceless, really. So I think there's absolutely a place for that sort of game. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Beautiful. All right, well that might do us this week, guys.
At the moment, no, not
we gotta
much.
wait. We gotta wait for the next gen consoles, which is next month.
For me, it's December. I got unlucky with the pre-order. Gotta wait just before Christmas.
So
I thought you got the pre-order.
I did, but I got the later batch, so I'm going to be receiving mine. Expected is 21st, of December. But I cannot wait to get onto the new games
next year. Then, all right.
There's some cool games coming up. There's a lot of cool games coming out. I just feel like there's been a bit of a lull lately for games. I don't know, like there's a lot of smaller games.
Yeah, there always is at this time of year, and B when there's a next gen console about to land, which is I guess going back to last week's podcast where you start breaking out the smaller titles, the Among Us and the Fall Guys and
indies.
Time to shine.
I finally tried my hand at Spellbreak a couple of days ago.
What do you think?
I thought it was fun, but it honestly it felt very easy, and that there wasn't much variety to it.
So what I will say is when you first start, you do play against bots.
It was definitely something in there.
And then as you play, the skill level gets a bit higher. But what I found with Spellbreak, it's very clicky. Like I found myself spamming and not really understanding what I was doing a lot of the time because it is a very different game.
Yeah, and spam attacks at them. Yeah, absolutely. It was fun, but it left me feeling a little bit unsatisfied at the end of it. It's like it's
almost like a chill game.
I'm waiting. I'm not playing any spell games until Harry Potter comes out.
That game is going to be amazing. I cannot wait.
I'm really worried about it. Because it should be incredible. I'm really worried about it, that they're going to. Surely they can't stuff it up. Surely they just make it like we all picture it should be. Like surely it just
like the trailer.
Yeah. I'm just curious as to what sort of content there'll be and what sort of things you'll do, because it's like a pre Harry Potter era, right? So
can you play Quidditch? Because I mean, if you can play Quidditch, I'm home.
You better. I'm telling you, you better.
Yeah.
I remember playing
Quest.
I remember playing Quidditch. It was like a PlayStation 2 Harry Potter game, and playing Quidditch was on a PlayStation 2. That was so much fun. So I'm telling you, it has to be.
It can't.
It has to be there.
I really
So
hope.
Fallout 76. It
it
can't.
can't follow the story of the Harry Potter movies, obviously, because it's like pre.
Yeah.
So yeah, like is it a matter of, do you go to each of your classes and level things up and I guess fight
See, I want
random
it to
beasts?
be adult. I want it to be like adult Harry Potter. I don't want it to be about kids. That's why. Is it going to be about the school?
Well, it's a Hogwarts game, isn't it? Not a Harry Potter game.
Yeah, it is Hogwarts branded. I think that's the actual name of it.
They've got to get you
Yeah.
out of the school though. They've got to get you into like, the real. Maybe that's how you level up and stuff. You go to your classes and that, but you've got to be able to go to, Diagon Alley and all those sorts of places.
They go through every year of schooling, obtain a certain skill set, and then get a job, like a wizarding job. That would be
like
amazing.
there's
Could
an
you
end
imagine?
game. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can become work for the Ministry of Magic, or be a professional Quidditch player or something. Like that'd be.
You know what
pretty
else? They 100% need to bring out a really good Lego game on the next gen. Like, I haven't had a good Lego game in forever.
Yeah, you enjoy the Lego titles?
Dude, I think it was maybe Lego Batman or something. It was like one of the only games we had on our console, man, and it was a good time.
The Lego games are very popular.
They do.
They
Yeah.
are
They're
a
fun
lot
to
of
train.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that might do us for this week. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Sanka, thank you for being here. I know you're very busy with your stream time, and same with you, Shark Riot. Shark Riot. You should make the R capital.
The
What do you
R
reckon?
capital.
Yes, and it's Shark Riot. It's like
That's a good point, actually. I mean, I always thought it was Shark Riot. But
It doesn't look nice with a capital R.
you should get
what
a
if you
logo made up with like it in cool writing. You probably got one actually.
like split Shark Riot? Or would that just not
Right?
work?
Oh, what about a hyphen?
It also looks yucky. It just looks yucky.
How about a comma?
What
What's your name?
about
Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger. If you haven't watched Uncle Roger on YouTube, everyone go and look up Uncle Roger. He'll change your world.
Uncle Roger?
Uncle Roger. That's it for us, guys. So make sure if you like what we've done, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks a lot. Make sure you subscribe, sign up. If you're listening to the podcast, again, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, you're on iTunes, you're on SoundCloud, make sure you subscribe to it so you get automatically, it just goes into your feed and it'll pop up in your little podcast app and you can play away. We'll be back every Tuesday. We'll be doing this. We'll be recording every Tuesday afternoon. So Tuesday nights, you can expect the podcast out on YouTube and whatever podcast app you use. And I promise I'll cut up the video next week. So my phone call with when I get my wife rings me on the video. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but it also happened again tonight.
I did. I did hear a little
We
bit.
hung up. It wasn't my wife this time. It was someone else. I'm like, what is this?
Oh,
Can you mute yourself on Messenger? So because it just rings, you just can't stop it.
you might have had to put your phone on. Do you have an iPhone?
No, it's on my computer because I've got Messenger.
Oh,
It all
Oh,
opens
shoot.
on my computer. So it just
I
do you reckon
think
the
I think you can mute Messenger for like an hour. I remember it being a setting on mobile one time.
I might have to
But
have a
I
look
don't know on
at it.
PC.
Does my head in every time. Every time I record, someone calls me. But no, that's it. Boys, thanks a bunch for being here, and I'll see you guys next week.
Awesome.
Sure.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
In the corn, on the corn can't grow, mama. When chicken in the corn, so the corn can't grow. When chicken in the corn, so the corn can't, mama. When chicken in the corn, so the corn can't grow.